Preparing for a disaster is not something a lot of us are great at. I'm a prime example of this. My wife Jody and I had a house fire several years ago. It was midnight. We were sleeping and we woke to smoke billowing through our home. Jody woke up first and she had to shake me to get me up. Confusion and panic set in. Preparation for that moment was not something we had ever considered. We were lucky. It was not a natural disaster, allowing us to leave our home into safety. But it is easy to see how having disaster supplies ready would be very helpful, especially now that we have a child. Hi, I'm Kevin Thelen, and today I'm going to highlight some considerations and supplies when creating a disaster supply kit for you and your family. Whether it be flood, wind, fire, earthquake, or whatever else may have you leaving your home in a hurry, I hope to motivate you to get prepared. There is a link in the description to a PDF titled Disasters and Financial Planning. It was co-created by the American Red Cross, the National Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and the National Endowment for Financial Education. We are only covering Chapter 1 of 6. I highly recommend you check out the full document. So you wake up at midnight, like Jody and I did, in a panic. Who's gonna do what in those critical moments? The most important things to us are our child, dog, and cats. Jody has the kid and our animals. Meanwhile, I'll be loading the car. It should take us no more than 3 minutes to clear out. If we have the luxury of time, we can take it, but we are prepared for the worst. This basic knowledge could save minutes, and those minutes could do a lot. I encourage you to prepare yourself for the panic. It is one thing to have the supplies. It's another to be able to grab and go with them. Store your supplies in backpacks or containers that allow you to quickly grab and go what you need without worrying about what might be missing. A suggestion would be to put the bare necessities in a backpack. You may not be able to drive your car, so having basics while on foot might be helpful. Also, store the items in the same area. You do not want to be running around the house gathering everything. I live in the Central Valley of California. My primary risks are flood, fire, and possibly an earthquake. Our climate can reach over 100 degrees in the summer and down to the 20s in the winter. What I need and what someone in the mountains of Colorado might need are different. I'm not worried about sleeping in the snow, for example. Take the time to consider supplies you need in your circumstances. Consider how much food and water you might need. For those of us that live in the city, our ability to access resources are likely a lot easier than someone who lives in a more remote area. Consider having a minimum 3-day supply, 1 gallon of water per person per day. Here's the complete list of items provided in the document. Pause the video to review. I'm going to discuss only a few highlights and mention one of them that didn't make the list that I would highly consider. Medications. If you take medications, put a supply in your kit. Children. They have special needs, especially babies and small children. Think bottles, formula, baby food, diapers, and maybe a toy or two to help bring some norm to the situation. Animals. Our fur babies need love too. Consider food, water, and a dish for them. Phone numbers. Do you actually know people's phone numbers? If not, write them down and put the list in the kit. Your cell phone may not be with you, or it might lose its charge. Camping gear. Wet, cold, or scared of the dark. All good reasons to have camping gear easily accessible in a grab-and-go container. Extra clothing. When we had our house fire, I was on the street corner in my boxer briefs. That's it. That's what I was wearing when I ran out of the house. It was not a priority to put clothes on. Don't assume you're going to be wearing proper clothes or clothes at all. Toilet paper. This didn't make the list, but I'm going to add it. It might be nice to have. Disaster is not something any of us like to think about. But if it happens, preparation could be the difference between life and death, the difference between getting hurt or staying safe, or the difference between feeling secure or having that nagging voice reminding you that if disaster strikes, you're not prepared. I hope I provided a little inspiration today. Thank you for joining me. Love your life. Be you.